straight to the latest on the NEET paper leak issue. The Ministry of Education has opposed the cancellation of the NEET UG exams in the Supreme Court of India, saying that scrapping the exam in its entirety would seriously jeopardize the lakhs of honest candidates who attempted the question paper in 2024. In a filing before the top court of India, the Ministry of Education of India has stated that in the absence of any proof of any large-scale breach of confidentiality in a pan-India examination, it would not be rational to scrap the entire exam when the results have already been declared. The government has also submitted to the Supreme Court that in the NEET UG exam, competing rights have been created whereby the interests of a large number of students who have taken the exam without adopting any alleged unfair means, and it should not be jeopardized. The affidavit filed by the Ministry of Education comes on a clutch of petitions in the Supreme Court by students, their wards, coaching centers, and public-spirited citizens demanding the cancellation of the exam. These petitions will be taken up by the Supreme Court of India for a hearing on the 8th of July. A high-level committee under former ISRO chairman Dr. K. Radhakrishnan has been constituted by the Ministry of Education to give suggestions to conduct the examinations in a better manner going forward. The committee will be submitting its report in 2 months from now. Meanwhile, the National Board of Examinations in Medical Sciences has announced that the NEET PG entrance exam will be held on the 11th of August in 2 shifts. The exam was originally scheduled to be held on the 23rd of June, but was postponed due to the exam process being compromised. News9 spoke to the National Testing Agency's Vice Chairman, Dr. Meenu Vajpayee. Vajpayee said that the question paper will be prepared just 2 hours before the exam time to ensure that no paper leak takes place. Listen in.
नीट यूजी की जो परीक्षा हुई उसमें कई तरह की शिकायतें आई। उन शिकायतों के बाद से देश के कई सारी परीक्षाओं को रद्द किया गया। उसमें से एक नीट पीजी की भी परीक्षा थी। हमारे साथ डॉक्टर एम वाजपेयी सर हैं जो राष्ट्रीय परीक्षा परिषद के वाइस चेयरमैन हैं। सर, एक बात बताएं कि दोबारा से अब परीक्षा होने वाली है, इस बार कौन से ऐसे प्रिकॉशंस लिए जा रहे हैं जिससे कि पेपर लीक की कोई संभावना न बचे?
धन्यवाद। जैसा कि आपने कहा कि नीट यूजी की परीक्षा के बाद एक संदेह का वातावरण पैदा हो चुका था, जिसकी वजह से हमारा सरकार ने ये निर्णय लिया कि नीट पीजी की जो भी परीक्षा होने जा रही है उसको स्थगित कर दिया जाए और उसका अवलोकन करने के बाद ही नई डेट्स दी जाएं। तो हम ये आपको बताना चाहेंगे कि नीट की परीक्षा पीजी की 40 साल से भी ज़्यादा राष्ट्रीय परीक्षा बोर्ड करा रहा है और कभी भी इस परीक्षा में कहीं कभी कोई पेपर लीक नहीं हुआ, नहीं कोई ऐसी बात हुई जो कि नहीं होनी चाहिए थी। इसका मुख्य कारण ये है कि हम लोग सिक्योरिटी के जो मेजर्स रखते हैं वो उसकी पराकाष्ठा है कि जो क्वेश्चन पेपर भी बनता है हमारा, वो सिर्फ क्वेश्चन पेपर रिलीज़ करने के चंद घंटों पहले ही बन के तैयार होता है। तो उसका मार्केट में आ जाना, रिलीज़ करना, ये सब ये गॉसिप मॉन्गरिंग है। लोग गलत तरह से बच्चों का इस्तेमाल करते हैं और इस तरह का गलत चीज़ है। तो हमारा पेपर तो बनता ही 2-3 घंटे पहले, कोई सवाल ही नहीं उठता है। कभी कोई ऐसी चीज़ हुई भी नहीं। बट जो एहतियातन जो पग उठाए हैं सरकार ने, वो नेचुरली आपने जैसा कहा कि एक बार हो गया ऐसा कुछ तो वैसी चीज़ होती है।
And now we have my colleague and legal editor Ashok Bagadia joining us on this broadcast. Ashok, talk to us. It's basically what has happened right now. The Ministry of Education has filed an affidavit in the Supreme Court of India saying that NEET UG exam should not be scrapped because there is yet to be any clear proof that there was a large-scale breach as far as NEET UG exams are concerned. And this affidavit is, on the clutch of petitions in the Supreme Court that exists already by students, coaching centers, and and other public citizens, isn't it?
Yeah. So basically, what's really happened is that this is a very short affidavit which has been filed by the Ministry of Education, or we can also say the Government of India, because the Ministry of Education is the Government of India. So what the Ministry of Education is saying is that, number one, it's opposing the cancellation of the NEET UG examination. Secondly, they are saying that there have been, after the declaration of the results, an interest has been created in favor of the candidates who are successful and who have honestly taken the NEET examination. The third thing that the Government of India is saying in its affidavit is that the National Testing Agency is committed to ensuring that these exam, this Pan India exam, is conducted in a fair, impartial and a transparent manner, and for that the Government of India has already constituted a high level expert committee, which is headed by the former ISRO chairman Mr. Radhakrishnan, who is looking into the lapses or the holes in the conduct of the examination. But what is really interesting here, Krishna, is the fact that the ironic stand taken by the Ministry of Education. So, on one hand, it is saying that yes, there are instances of irregularities, cheating, impersonation, mismanagement, etc., that are reported from various centers. The state police have investigated it, and now the investigations have been taken over by the CBI. Now, why has the CBI taken over the investigation? Is for the simple fact that the investigations in this case are across jurisdictions of various states, and only an agency like a central agency like CBI can probe a matter where the offence is alleged to have been conducted over different jurisdictions. The second thing that the Ministry of Education is saying that yes, there are instances that these things happened, but there is no proof which has come forth to suggest that there was a paper leak. What is interesting is that the Government of India does not take into account the technological advances that have been made. There are specific allegations that the leaked paper was shared on a social media platform called Telegram and then distributed amongst various people across the country. Now, in this era when technology has aided communication, where reaching to one person from one part of the country to another part of the country just takes a fraction of a second, the Ministry of Education is saying that there is no proof which has come forward. And secondly, what the Ministry of Education is trying to say, if you read between the lines, is that it is casting a burden of proof on the students or on the petitioners who have come to the Supreme Court, saying that show us where is the leak and then we'll act. It is not the job of the students to show to the Government of India that there has been a paper leak, but what is being reported on the ground. There is an FIR in Bihar, there is an FIR in Gujarat, there is an FIR in Jharkhand, there is an FIR in Odisha. Now, what more is left? But still, NTA, the Government of India is taking a stand that please let's not cancel the NEET exams, because there are some students who honestly appeared in this exam, and we believe we have to protect the interest of the honest students.
And this is coming from at a time when the National Testing Agency, which conducts 20 of these pan-India exams, has cancelled and rescheduled the NEET PG exam, saying that the integrity of that exam has been compromised. Then came the UGC NET exam again, which was scrapped again because the integrity was compromised. So you've seen this happen across these pan-India entrance examinations. So there is no reason for us to believe that nothing went wrong with the NEET UG 2024, or that there is no chance of a paper leak.
You're right here, Krishna, that look, this is not the only exam that we are talking about. The NEET PG was cancelled, and now new dates have been announced that on the new dates the NEET PG exam will be conducted, which shows that there is something wrong with the National Testing Agency or the way they are conducting the examinations, or rather NTA is full of holes and it is leaking. So, for the Government of India to take a stand in the Supreme Court in the NEET UG exam, saying that look, there were honest students who took the exam and their interests will be compromised, and hence we should not cancel the exam. There is no justification for it, because what is being seen on the ground is something to the contrary to what NTA is saying. And another interesting thing I just want to point out is that almost 2 weeks back, when a petition had come before the Supreme Court, a bench of Justice Vikram Nath and SVN Bhatti had said that even if there is 0.001% irregularity in the conduct of examination, remedial steps must be taken. And now what are we looking at? What remedial steps is the government of India suggesting? Saying that don't cancel the exam. We are looking and investigating the problem areas. We have apprehended people and they will be punished, but the results should stand as they are.